I think it's very important to think about the cold exposure and the heat exposure as something that then lowers the inflammation in the body. And if we can do that, we will have an open door for preventing lifestyle diseases, right? So for type 2 diabetes, but actually also for some mental diseases as well. So as known as depression and anxiety, and also Alzheimer's disease, which are all associated in research, also newer research showing that that inflammation increases the risk of depression, anxiety, and Alzheimer's disease, neurological diseases. So if we can decrease inflammation in the body, we will decrease modern lifestyle diseases, but also these increasing mental diseases that we see in these modern lifestyle times. So I think it's very interesting that we can go out in nature and we can use these natural stressors. And I don't want to have it sound very romantic or anything. It's just exposure to temperature, actually, just to cold or to heat, that is going to trick our body into a natural state again and reset it where the homeostasis, the balance is lost a bit. So the body is going to repair itself in that way. And I think it's beautiful that we can do that just by changing the temperature of our body. And although people are very scared of doing this, because in our times, we have been away from cold, away from heat, temperature for decades now, since we isolated our houses better and we are more sedentary. We also sit more indoor. We don't move as much. So this very modern sedentary lifestyle has made us more temperature comfortable, just neutral. So no wonder, that obesity is increasing. We don't expose ourselves to the natural stresses that we did earlier on in our involvement, but also up until maybe the 70s, the 60s, where we started having more comfortable lifestyles, right? And obesity increases in the 80s. We can see that from statistics. So I think that if we can take in cold and heat, and you mentioned other things also before, but of course exercise is very important here. And also a bit of fasting, actually, because it all increases the hormetic stress in the body. So it doesn't have to be other than natural stresses to the body, which then could keep us in that natural balance again.